Hi. Okay, so today I want to share a quote that I really love, and it's come up again in my life recently, so I want to share it with you. And I have a little fun story time for it. So, yeah, it'll be fun. Back in college, I had a friend that I would always study with, and we would do these really long study sessions. So, I was studying computer sciences and business management, and it was like an interdisciplinary program where they combined the two. So, it was really intense. And then my friend was pre-med. So, we both had really difficult majors that we always had to zone in and focus on. And I remember specifically there was this one semester where I was taking this really hard coding class, and basically the entire class had a total of 8 different projects, and I kid you not, this class was so insanely hard for me. I think I retook the class. I took the class a total of 3 times, I believe, in order to finally get my passing grade. But every time that I sat down and did one of these projects, no matter how much effort I put into it, no matter how much time I gave these coding projects, and no matter how much energy I poured into them, I literally always got the same results on the projects, and I was so upset, you guys. Oh, but one night we were studying, and he told me, Nancy, insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. And I think at that time it just hit me, because I was like, holy crap, this entire time when I've been doing my projects, I've been using the exact same thought process and these same techniques over and over, and I kept expecting to see different things. And it made me realize that no matter how much more effort you're putting into something, even if you're putting twice the amount of hours, that is not the thing that's going to change the result. In fact, if you're doing the same process, but you're just putting in more effort, you're just going to get to that same result quicker, right? It's the same output because the input's the same, so the output's going to be the exact same thing. More effort just means you're going to get that output much faster. So when I realized that, I was like, it was like a light bulb moment in my head that just went off, and I was like, holy crap. So keeping that in mind, the next semester when I went on to taking the class again, my last time, I remember I approached it very differently. And before I started doing any single work, I would change my process. I was like, what did I try? What have I been replicating for the past 2 times? And what am I going to do differently this time? So I did something else, and I passed the class. So I think it's really relating to, things that come up in everyday life after uni, right? Like how we're approaching any situation, whether it be in a work setting or it be in our relationships, or it's like when you're dating the same person over and over again, and just in different faces, right? Because you're approaching all these relationships with the same thought patterns, you're reacting the same, you're assuming the same thing. So of course the same pattern is going to happen over and over and over until you change, right? Until there's a different thought process, a different assumption that you have in your head, or a different just approach in general. So it really ties to the quote that Albert Einstein says, which is, you can't solve a problem with the same mind that created it, right? So if you're constantly thinking the same thing over and over and over again, the problem's never going to be solved. Something has to be different, right? Whether you have to go out, obtain different information, and then go back in and then plug it in and then spit out a different code, or it's you pausing and then letting the information flow through you for a second